Hey everyone, welcome to yet another video from Grassroots Education. My name is Aparna and today's video is probably focusing on one of the most basic concepts in the IELTS test, singular and plural nouns. Now, no matter how much we learn grammar, how many rules we learn, this area still is a problem for many students. So that's why I've just tried to put down things that are important in this concept for you so that you don't make these mistakes in your writing and speaking. Now remember, in your listening and your reading tests, if you fill up the blanks and you are supposed to fill up a singular noun and you write the answer as a plural noun, that too is a problem. So this is why singular and plural nouns are important as a concept. So let's get started. Let's get started with the lesson straight away and understand what are nouns firstly. Nouns are parts of speech that exist in a sentence as a subject or an object. Now, what does a subject mean? What does an object mean? So, anything that is doing a certain action in the sentence or anything that is receiving the action in the sentence. Now, let's look at examples. Meena is talking to Geeta. Now, Meena here is the subject and Geeta is the object. Meena is doing the action of talking and Geeta is receiving that action. Pollution levels are high. Are is the verb, A-R-E-R. Pollution levels is the subject. Interests vary among people today on what hobbies to pursue. Vary is the verb. Interests is the subject. Interests is a noun in this case. Okay, so that's how nouns exist. Now, for the sake of this discussion, I'm going to categorize nouns into two major categories, proper nouns and common nouns. Okay, now I'm calling them common nouns, but they're further classified into locations, items of perception, items of touch. All of these are also categorized as common nouns for the sake of this video. Now, what are proper nouns? Names of people, places and objects. For example, Meena is a proper noun. Geeta is a proper noun. Whereas pollution levels, you can only feel the pollution levels. That's actually an item of perception. I'm considering that as a common noun here. Similarly, interest is basically something that you like to do. Also something that you feel, right? You can't really see or touch. So that's again a common noun. Now, the rule that I'm trying to put forth here is that proper nouns do not have a plural or a singular form. So you can't say Meenas with an S. That can't happen. Geetas with an S cannot happen. Aparna with an S cannot happen. Now, Meena with apostrophe S is different. Meena or Geeta with apostrophe S is different. There you're talking about something that belongs to Meena, belongs to Geeta. But just the S is not correct. It's not the right way to write that. And this is true only for proper nouns. Okay, so whenever you speak in your IELTS speaking test, you are taking a friend's name. In that case, you will say, Rahul is my best friend. You will not say Rahuls are my best friend. Okay, so they just exist in the singular form. They don't have a plural form, unlike the common nouns. So let's now understand how plurals are written for these common nouns. Again, I'm just categorizing them into two parts. One that have regular plural forms and the other one that have irregular plural forms. And you need to remember these plural forms because one, your grammar score is not going to go beyond a 6, and two, your vocabulary also will go for a toss because if you don't know these words, it's a problem, right? It's a problem with your vocabulary too. So let me help you understand what I mean by regular and irregular nouns. Now, regular nouns, any regular singular noun has an S behind it when written in plural. Take a look at tables, lunches, hobbies, interests, levels. All of these are regular nouns written with an S in the plural. Now take a look at the irregular nouns. Children, people, feet, women, men, oxen, teeth. All of these are irregular nouns. Okay, they don't have an S behind them, remember. So this is incorrect. So when you say people's, children's, feet's, women's, it's incorrect. But again, if you are talking about something that belongs to children, children apostrophe S education, people apostrophe S opinions, women apostrophe S rights, that is different. So you're talking about rights belonging to women, opinions belonging to people, and education belonging to children. So that's how you should write possessive nouns. That's different from plural form. Okay, so now I hope you will not make this mistake of children's are happy, people's is important, women's. It's incorrect if you write women's as plural. So you need to remember these words and you need to remember their plural nouns. So the general rule of thumb is that whenever you learn a new word and whenever that's a noun, make sure that you learn the singular and the plural form together. Okay, now remember, don't get confused between this and the singular and plural form of verbs. So if you can see the earlier sentence, Meena is talking to Geeta, pollution levels are high, interests vary. Vary, is a plural verb. Varies is the singular form of that verb. Now we've done a video on subject verb agreement which talks about verbs in plural and singular forms, including some ideas about pronouns. So check that video out. I'm tagging that here. But this video, since it's about singular and plural nouns, remember that a plural noun is written like this and an irregular noun is written like this. Now, moving ahead to another category of nouns. All of these nouns that you saw in this table are all countable. So you can denote them as one unit or as many units. But with uncountable nouns, you cannot count them with numbers. You can only measure them. Alright, so this is again a classic example of an uncountable noun is pollution. Okay, that's uncountable. Take a look at other examples. Water, knowledge, environment, education, surroundings, goods, riches, equipment. All of these are examples of uncountable noun. And these either exist as singular or as plural. So if an uncountable noun exists as a in its singular form, you cannot change it to plural. That cannot happen. So take a look at these mistakes that many students make. This is incorrect. A lot of equipments are present. No, a lot of equipment is present. Information is available on the website. Informations is not a word. My surroundings are dirty. Surroundings is an uncountable noun that exists as a plural. Goods are manufactured here. Goods means anything that's a commodity. Okay, goods are manufactured here. You will not say good. Good is an adjective which means nice. Okay, so this is how you use uncountable nouns. Now, if you have understood this concept, remember that this concept forms the base for many other concepts in grammar, including articles. I've done that video as well. So hopefully, if you've understood this concept, you will understand articles as well. And of course, important for verbs, important for tenses. I also hope you understood the structure of a sentence, that there's a subject first, then there's a verb, and then there's an object. And this is in the case of active voice. So that's it about today, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Just check out my other videos in case you want to learn more of grammar. I'll see you guys in another lesson. If you guys want to see me in a free masterclass, make sure you register yourself. The link is there in the description of this video. Or if you guys want to be coached by me, you can express your interest from the admissions form. The link to that is also there in the description of this video. Alright, so I'll see you guys in another video the next week. Bye-bye then. Have a good day and make sure you're consistent in your practice.